Hey, it's Steph. Thanks for watching today's video. I wanted to do a mid-year kind of check-in for my goals this year. In January, I put a video up for my 2024 goals, and I have 3 attainable and measurable goals for my collection that I want to hit by the end of this year. And throughout this year, I'm really happy with how I'm doing, so let's just get into it. If you're not subscribed, I hope you do so before you leave, and like this video if you enjoy makeup and beauty. So I had 3 goals at the beginning of this year. The first goal was a makeup no-buy. The second goal was to finish 1 product in each category, and the third goal was to use each of my eyeshadow palettes as a complete look. So I was not able to grab another shadow from another palette. I had to use only shades within the palette to create the look. I feel like I said that very weird, but I hope you get what I'm saying. I will be doing a separate video showing you all of the makeup looks that I've created so far this year. I haven't decided if it will go up before this video or after this video, but it will be around the same time. I will also be posting a video with my entire makeup collection as of July 2024, so it will be my mid-year check-in to reflect some of my changes. So for goal number 1, I am on a makeup no-buy, and I do have some rules within that. I'm looking at my computer just so I don't forget, but my number 1 rule is that I'm not allowed to buy any makeup. Just nothing. The only exception is if I run out of 100% of one category. So for instance, if I run out of all of my mascaras, I'm allowed to buy a mascara because I wouldn't have any. So basically it's a replacement only, no buy. Another rule is if I do end up purchasing something, it had to be on sale or I use a coupon. So I will not pay full price for makeup probably ever again in my whole life. I don't know why we do when there are so many sales and coupons available to us, but that is one of my rules. And then the last rule is that gifts and declutters to me do not count. I'm not spending my own money on them, so I do not punish myself for that. I say punish myself. I do not have any consequences for this. If I do break a rule, the only consequence is the guilt that I feel because I do really feel guilty because I don't have a job. I am a stay-at-home mom, still trying to figure out the whole income thing. We're living off of 1 paycheck with my husband. So I definitely do not have the extra spending money at this time of our life with our baby boy. And yeah, I just do not need to be buying makeup. I have so much of it already. I'm really happy to announce that I have successfully completed the first 6 months of the year. I have not bought any makeup against my no buy. I did run out of mascara. In my intro video, I did mention that I could run out of mascara, and I did. So I ended up purchasing the Essence Lash Princess, and that is probably the least expensive mascara out there, unless you get it for free. I know a lot of people get it for free with purchase, but you're purchasing things, so is it free? Yeah, so I bought 2 Lash Princess mascaras during Ulta's semi-annual sale. They were on sale, even though they're regularly like $4.99, I think. I got both for $3.49. I remember this, yes. Because it was literally the only makeup purchase that I made, and it does not go against my no buy. I also received a few makeup items within Declutters. So my friend Laura from Laura Forest decluttered a few palettes to me, and what else? I feel like someone else, oh, my makeup bestie Tina Misdemeanor on Instagram, she decluttered some makeup to me, a couple foundations, and like a mixer, things like that. So yeah, I did receive some declutters from my friends, and I also received some makeup as gifts. So I got 2 eyeshadow palettes for my birthday this year. They were the ColourPop and Bambi collection, the Thumper and Flower palette. They're just so freaking adorable. They are discontinued palettes. I actually found them on eBay, and I asked my mom to purchase them for me for my birthday. I know that is kind of bending the rules, but I did not use my own money. I literally had to wait for my birthday, and she gifted them to me in a wrapped box. So I count that as a present because she bought them for me. And then for Mother's Day, I actually got a gift to order some things from Catrice. I really wanted the Winnie the Pooh, what is it called? It's a weird name. Friends Lift Each Other Up. I think that's what it's called. It's the one with Eeyore and Piglet on it. And I also got like an under eye corrector, their version of like the Hollywood glow thing and like the elf glow thing. I'll put it on the screen. I think they call it like the glow fluid or something. That was part of that order, and I think to get free shipping, I just threw in like a brow gel because I know I'll always use brow gels. So even though I got to pick those items out, they did count as gifts, so I do not count them against because I did not spend my own money on them. So that first goal, makeup no buy, check. I did buy some skincare as I was running out. Like I got some more micellar water, and I actually got some little mini samples from Basswood Beauty. She is, Madeline is the owner of that shop. She has a YouTube channel, and I love watching her panning videos, but also I love watching her behind the scenes videos. She sells handmade skincare items. It's like tinted lip balms, and I got like an under eye balm and like an everyday balm that it's like everyday use. You can use it for whatever. I personally do not count tinted lip balms in my makeup categories. I count those as skincare. I know some people would probably count those in their makeup, but yeah, I just never have. I don't know why. I have others that you've never seen before because they're in my skincare, and I've never done a skincare inventory before. Let me know if you want to see that, because I mean, I don't have very many lip balms, but I have some, and of course I have other skincare that you might want to know about. Okay, all that aside, my second goal was to finish a product in each of these categories, and I will have a graphic on the screen with the categories that I included. I did not want to count like eye primers. I'm not going to use up an eye primer in a year. I did not count eyeshadows because those take forever to finish. So these are the select categories that I wanted to include. And I'm going to update you. I'm also going to pop up a picture of some items that I wanted to target in those categories. I did post this picture on Instagram in the beginning of the year so I could look back and know like what I'm working on. So for face primer, I was focusing on my e.l.f. Putty Primer, and I'm really happy to say that I finished that in April. So that is a goal met. I did finish a face primer. The next category was foundation, and I also finished that in April. It was the Peach Perfect foundation from Too Faced. Both of those I was working on in my Throwback 30 project pan. The next category was concealer, and I was working on my Rare Beauty concealer. I actually finished that in February, so I am off to a great start so far. The next category was powder, and in my picture I included a mini of the Makeup Forever HD powder because that is what I was working on at the time. In my intro, and I think in my post that I put up of that picture, I said, of course, I'm hoping to finish more powders or, more than one thing in each category, but even minis count as one in my inventory. So finishing up that mini would have an effect on my inventory numbers, and I'm really happy to say that I finished that in January. So I finished that powder really quickly, and I'm looking at my spreadsheet. I thought I had another powder empty, but maybe not. I'm almost done with another powder, so I will definitely have another full-size powder done by the end of the year. Next was bronzer, and I did mention that I didn't care if it was a powder or a cream. And I actually have this product in front of me to show you. I've been working on my Milk Makeup Cream Bronzer. I have the shade Baked, and oh shoot, I meant to bring my little paper that I had markings on, but I'll just put it on the screen. I was gonna like hold it up, I'm not done with this yet, but I have amazing progress. Did you hear that drop on the floor? So the little twisty thing that you use to twist up just broke off. 1 second. Oh, shoot. And some of the product fell on my carpet. Great. Okay, let me see if I can just... Okay, I could just pop it back on. So hopefully I can roll this down when I'm done with it. But this is how much product I have left. So I am so close to finishing this. Okay, phew, it's going down. I wear this a lot. I should have kept track of my usage, but I just didn't for this, this project. Yeah, I think I could have that done in a few months though, before the end of the year. So that's really exciting, but I'm still working on it. For blush, I had finished a blush actually before I had posted this picture. I finished it so early, and it was my Tarte Amazonian Clay blush in the shade Quirky. I'll throw up some pictures. I have been working on that blush for years and years. I had repressed it at least twice, maybe 3 times, and I had repressed it into this palette, and I finished it in January, so that was super exciting to have a blush empty like right off the bat. I think it was literally the first week of January that I finished that blush, but then in February I finished another blush, and it was this blush in this palette. So this palette is looking very loved. I finished this middle shade probably like 2 years ago, and then I repressed the Tarte blush in here last year, and then I finished this blush in February. It was so close to being done. So I actually finished 2 blushes this year, which is awesome. The next category is highlighter, and for that I'm working on my NYX Wonder Stick, the highlighter side obviously, but when this happened I shared it on Instagram, but the whole tip of it fell off. Thankfully, it landed on the end, so I was able to just kind of slice off the end that touched the floor, and I depotted it into this container. So I will put a picture up of what it looked like when I depotted it, and then this is where I am at today. So I feel like I'm making really good progress. Definitely not done. I typically wear this under foundation because it's a little dark for my skin tone, but I have not been swatching. I think the only things I could swatch, yeah, I'll swatch this and then I'll swatch the bronzer. So as you can see, it's a little golden, and I have a rosy undertone, so this does not work great over makeup, but I still wear it that way. And let me swatch. Here is the bronzer, very light swatch. This is also too warm for me, but I make it work. So I feel like I could have maybe this finished in a few months too, before like December. Next is setting spray, and I'm working on my Milani Make It Last like travel size, or is this like the original size? I don't know. It's 2.03 fluid ounces. This is currently in a project, so it has some markings, but this is where I'm at. So I'm a little further down below this line here. I will definitely have this finished by the end of the year. I don't force myself to use that because I don't have to wear it every day. I only wear it if I'm going out to like an event. I don't have events in my life, but like if I go to a friend's house, or if we have a family gathering, like I'll probably wear it on 4th of July because I know I'll be out, but I don't wear it like at home, it's like a waste to me. But I'm definitely gonna have that finished, just moving along. Next was eyebrow products, and in my intro I showed a brow gel, which would not have been fun to track. So I actually had just opened my NYX Micro Brow Pencil and I put it up on the screen, so you knew like where I was starting. I finished that in May, so I will have the markings on the screen. I don't have it here because it's gone. It's in the trash. But yeah, another item done. Next is an eyeliner, and this was one of the categories I was really scared. Not scared, but just like I really don't know if I can finish an eyeliner in a year because I don't naturally use eyeliner, and maybe it was a bad decision to try to finish an eyeliner because of that reason. And I don't necessarily want to force myself to finish an item. It's basically new in my collection. I got it last year, I think. So I have no reason to finish this. So if I don't finish it by the end of the year, I'm not going to be too upset, but I do like to have it as a reminder. I have been using it a lot in my looks, on Instagram. You'll see it in a lot of my pictures, but this is the e.l.f. It is not e.l.f. This is the Ulta Beauty Automatic Eyeliner in the shade Matte Charcoal. So I will have the line markings on the screen. I forgot to mention that I totally forgot to keep track. I think it was like April, May. There's some months missing, but where it says July is where I'm starting July with. So this is how much I have left. I really like this pencil. I'm glad I'm working on it. This is actually the only eyeliner pencil in my collection. All of my other ones are liquid, like eyeliner markers or pens. So yeah, I'm not really sure about forcing myself to finish that, but we'll see where I'm at by the end of the year. So mascara, I finished my Essence Lash Princess mascara in March, so that goal is met. I have since then finished 2 other mascaras, and I completely forgot to talk about other items. I think I only skipped one. Okay, sorry. So mascara, I finished the Maybelline False Lash Lift, I think it's called, in April, and then I literally just put to bed my Beauty Bay mascara and put it in my June empties. So I have used up 3 mascaras this year, and then now I only have the 2 that I just bought on my no-buy. Let's go back. So in February, I finished my L'Oreal Infallible Powder Foundation. So I consider powder foundations in my powder category now. I used to consider them as foundations, but I don't usually wear them by themselves. I usually just wear it like on top of a foundation in place of my powder. So I am going to mark that as a powder empty. So I've emptied 2 powders this year. And then in June, this is a spoiler, I did finish another foundation, a liquid foundation. It was my Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation. I have had that thing for years, and it was way too dark for me, so I've used it as a mixer, so it took a really long time to finish. I love the formula. It was just too dark. So, I mean, I would totally buy it again in a lighter shade. I liked it so much. But yeah, I finished 2 foundations this year so far, and I'm kind of close to finishing another one in my Graveyard Project pan, so I'm very happy about that. Okay, moving on, back to the list. Lip liner is the next one, and I'm working on my Dominique Cosmetics Cream Fill and Define Lip Liner in the shade Brown Sugar. I will have my markings on the screen, but I am so close to finishing this. That is all I have left. I don't use it every day. I should have used it today, but I didn't. It's a very warm liner, so it's hard for me to use because you know me, I prefer cool tones. But this is it here. It's really great. Like I'm panning some warm lip color, so it works really well with that. I forgot to swatch my gray eyeliner. So I have no doubt that will be finished by the end of this year. I'm hoping before, you know, December, but you won't know until I do my end of the year check-in. So here is the gray eyeliner. And then the very last category is lipstick. So in my picture, I included this lipstick bullet from Maybelline. It's just their cream in the shade 222 something, Flush Punch. And this was decluttered to me from my mom, I think last year or the year before. And here is where I'm at. This is going pretty slow. I have not had it in a project, and I think that's why it is going so slow, because I'm focusing on the items in my project. So I might roll this into a project soon just to remember to use it, but this is the shade here. It's a little peachy for my liking, so that's why I want to get it used up. But I finished another lipstick. Okay, so in my Throwback 30 project pan, I was working on my Too Faced Melted Matte. It's a liquid lipstick in the shade Cool Girl. This was my oldest lipstick in my collection. I had it for 10 years at least. It was still going strong up until like whenever I talked about it. I don't remember. Oh, March. I wrote it down. March, it finally just dried up and started to smell. I could call it a declutter, but it had a windowing, and I used that thing so much. It was a really great like nude color for me. I loved that thing, and I am a liquid lipstick girl. I love matte lipsticks, so I use that thing so much, and I am happy and comfortable calling it an empty. So I actually do have a lipstick empty, even though it's not the lipstick that I am actively trying to actively use. So that is super exciting. Wow. I have 8 out of 8 out of 13 of my categories I have finished a product in. So I am feeling really good about that. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have any like fun ideas? I have tried this as a cream blush and I do really enjoy it that way, so I will continue to use it that way. I feel like all of these products will be done. It's just some of them will take some time. Moving on to goal number 3, and that was to create a look with each of my eyeshadow palettes. So like I said in the beginning of this video, I do have a dedicated video to this goal, and I share every single look that I've created with each of my palettes so far. But I do want to share the number of palettes that I have used so far. So when I set this goal in the beginning of the year, I had 55 eyeshadow palettes. Since then, with some declutters and also some gifts and declutters to me, that number has gone up to 59. So out of my 59 palettes, I have created a look with 40 of them, and that just makes me so happy. I only have 14 left to go. That will be so easy. I feel like I have been really diligent on including palettes in my panning projects. That's really the only way that I can reach this goal, and I think I'm doing really well, honestly. Like, not to toot my own horn, but yeah, I'm just really proud of the fact, and I hope you check out that video because I share 40 looks in that video. Hopefully it's not too long. I've filmed it, but I haven't edited it yet. But yeah, so that concludes my goal, mid-year check-in. Leave a comment down below how you think I'm doing and just cheer me on because it makes me feel better. I don't need to feel better. I feel great. I'm doing so well. Especially because when I set these goals in the beginning of the year, I was 4 months postpartum. I was not creating a lot of looks. I was doing my makeup maybe like once a week. Now, thankfully, I'm feeling a lot, more able to wear makeup more often, especially like during naps. That's one of my favorite things to do during first nap is to do my makeup. A little me time. So yeah, I'm wearing my makeup a lot more often, so I'm able to reach these goals. My mouth is so dry. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I hope you do so before you leave, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. I will see you all in my next video. Bye.